Hi folks, welcome back to Thornton Farm. How are things with you today? See the pregnant pause? I do hope all is well with you. We left you last time in the first half of December and I said we'd get through some of the winter months and whatnot. We left you and we had 44,000 in the bank. We've now got 71,800, but I think largely everything's starting to run out now. Yeah, all of these are now empty. We've used up all the slurry and manure and everything we took to the BGA. We're still a bit of honey to sell. Eggs, what I'm doing with eggs is I'm just stocking them up because I've had to sell off a few chickens as well because they got oversubscribed. I sold off the old bucket. That went as well, so that's gone. What we're going to do today is my sister and brother-in-law have decided that we're going to invest in a cultivator. Well, not a cultivator as such, but something to cultivate with. We're actually going to invest in a disc harrow, and then we're going to do some contracting. Start bringing a bit more money in, so it's obviously going to cost us, but our hope is the disc harrow will actually pay for itself eventually with the contracts that we do. And obviously we won't have to hire one to use on our own fields. That's where the savings will come. We've got a fairly big one lined up. It's in one of the sheds now. They had it delivered yesterday and we've come to pick it up. They'll have to put it in the yard for us so that we can then pull it away. And the one we're going for is cultivators. Where have you gone? Disc harrows, there you go. Going for Yonmon. 180 horsepower needed, 35,000 to buy it. It's in the bag. And there it is, all lovely, pulled out into the yard for us. Then we've got to find some contractors. But obviously my sister's now running the shop. And obviously having to help her husband out. So obviously he's home from hospital now and he's mobile, he can move around, but never going to be doing the farming again. So let's see where we're going. Contract us, please. 3, 5 and 27. Let's have a look. Some fertiliser as well, they're pretty... Oh, 5, that's... yeah, which one? Just round the corner. We'll do that one to start with then. Field 5. Accept as contractors. See, we're going to get all the money back from this. Oh, what did we just pay for this? I've slept since then. 35, so... If we do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 8,000 off it, you see, so it's already. And it might cost us like another 1,000 to hire one to do our own field once it's been harvested, so yeah. Now which side is it? I think it's on the right side, this one, isn't it? Yep, sure is. Whoa, steady. Swung a bit too hard on the steering then. There it is, all ready to go. The other thing I've noticed is, maybe it's different maps have different things, but the bees don't seem to be producing as much honey as they have done on other maps that I've used. I've got the same number of hives, and the eggs seem extremely slow. They're well fed up and all that lot. Definitely giving them plenty of food. So I don't know. We'll see. Steady that there. But what we're going to do, folks, we're just going to throw in a little time lapse rather than just keep saying, here's the start of a job, here's the end of a job. You can see the job as it progresses. So sit back, relax, keep your hands in the ride at all times, and we will speak in a moment. We've just had the 90% complete come up on the screen. Whoa, steady. First time I've just missed turning then. But without GPS, there's clearly one or two bits not got done. Which if it was our own field and we're having to replant it, we'd have to redo, but being a contract, it will still complete itself. The other thing I've noticed is that the speed kept going down, the cruise control. And I'm trying to work out in my head why it was doing it, but the thing about it is when I use the hood hider, I have to press Alt, the left Alt key and number 1, and it hides the hood. But of course, cruise control is actually number 1, so I'll have to change that key binding. I'll show you what I mean in a second. I'll get into here. So you see bottom of the screen, it's now 11 miles an hour we're doing, it's 13 cruise control set to. Press Alt 1 and then Alt 1. Oh, it's not changed, eh? It's not changed it this time. Oh, I don't get that then. I don't get that at all. Nope, unless I wasn't pressing it hard enough or what. Wow. But it was going down at one point. It went down to cruise control was set to 11. Don't think we've finished this yet, have we? But flipping through those screens hasn't meant that we've missed it. Don't think we will have done. We think this should complete this new. There it is. And of course the advantage with this is we don't have to wait to get paid. We can actually just say thank you very much. Collect that. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Right, so which is the next one now? 3 or 27? Where is 3 and where's 27? Oh, 3's next, that's good. Bit of an odd shaped field. And that's the other thing about doing things realistically. Everything's got to be done. Oh no, don't do that. Everything's got to be done. So of course we're banking on that canola field there, just across the road. Really kind of breaking the back of the money we owe the bank. Or at least my brother and sister are. Sorry, my sister and brother-in-law are. And if it doesn't, then we know we've at least 12 months then to push on. Or do I go through here? Oh no, I'll come off this other little yard. And if we don't, then like I said, we've got 12 months in which to really just crack on and do as much contract work as we can. But there'll be another crop in there, so the reality is it'll have to be a straw crop. We need to start growing some of our own straw for the cows. We'll get enough bales off there for a good old time. Like I say, we might like to try and buy this yard. If you've not seen since episode 1 of this series, then this yard is available. So we could look at putting something like a bakery or something like that up here. So I went to watch my football team last night. To say they were rubbish is an understatement. They're just... I'm not one of these that kind of gets overly angry about it all, but when you think it's our money that goes through the turnstiles that pays the wages, it was not good in any way, shape or form. I am doing this right contract, yes I am. It was not good. Whether or not the manager wasn't telling them to do the right things, or they weren't doing what they were told, I don't know, but I'm not a professional footballer, but some of the things that happened last night, it was we had a bad finish to the season last season, and yesterday was even the start, was a worse start than the ending of last season, so I'm not sure whether the manager will be manager much longer if this carries on. And I feel sorry for her. Well, I feel sorry for them that, like, you know, they're going to be out of a job and they've tried to achieve something with a football club and not had any success and whatever else. But the other reason I don't feel sorry for them is they get, you know, millions of pounds in payouts for the cessation of the contracts. Well, I'm not sure our manager would get millions, but they don't half get a bit of, you know, they're well looked after, put it that way. Better looked after than you and I are. If we lose a job, we don't get 3 years severance pay or something. But enough of my woes. So like I say, we're into the first half of March, so hopefully by the end of this month, or beginning of April, we should be able to get some grass work done. And that will be advantageous. Well, look, there's building a house down there in the valley. That's obviously the end of the map. It's there's lots of floating trees over there. We don't look over there very often. Look, see, floating trees. They're floaty light. Yeah, so we don't bother with them. And like I said, the BGA, we did put quite a lot of stuff in there, but I'm a bit loath to put any more in because we only got 15,000 litres of digestate to use. Well, if I want to use some of the slurry manure on my own fields for the grass fields particularly, then we're not going to, as much as we put it in there, we're not going to get that much back. So I don't think that 15,000 litres, that might just do that small field, but I think field 15 we'd struggle to cover that with that much digestate. So yeah, probably good through the winter, and obviously we'll have a whole year of manure and slurry, so we'll have a lot more to put in at the end of this year. Tend to put it in over the winter when demand for electricity is high. We have got our eye on the sheep pasture. Though, like I said, I think I've shown you that. Well, I know I've shown it before. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Farmland. Oh no, that's the horses, isn't it? Just bear with. We'll turn around and we'll see how much. I think it's about 158,000 when I last looked to count. I don't carry those kind of details in my head. So not a bad size discount roll. This and it's running 11 miles an hour. Like I said, I kept doing that, and when I came back in, it had gone down to 11 miles an hour, so I don't know what I was catching. I even tried really being very, very careful with my controller, so I wasn't catching those things. But anyhow, never mind. Oh, there's the sheep. Farmland. Sheeps. Oh, 157. So that might be the kind of like once we get out of the bank, what we owe the bank, maybe then we might even be able to take some money out and get that bought. These trees here, at the end of these fields, a lot of them you can't cut down because they're so deep into the soil. You can't actually find the sweet spot to get them with a chainsaw. So some of them in map editing I've actually raised them up because I think they might be problematic in some of the fields. So what else have we got job wise? Right, a couple of fertilising, they'll bring us in about, whoa, steady, whoa, go back. Got our own fertiliser spray, so that'll be another, we'll have to pay for the fertiliser, ploughing, or sowing, ooh, oh yeah, taters. It'll take us till next Christmas, that would. Oh, not sure if I've looked in the sales screen since I came back in. We'll get this nicely lined up. Make sure we're going in something of a straight line, like that. Let's have a look in the sales screen. Oh, it's one of them. Yeah, it's only 117, well, it's only 74 horsepower. Because when I do the sales screen, just to give you the way I roll, when I do the sales screen, I don't adapt anything. So if you went into sales screen and you clicked on that, that's the one you get at 88 horsepower. So I know that each to their own, but if that's what's on offer, like the Valmet, that's 94,000, that's 190 horsepower, but that's no bigger than what we've got, so there's no point in changing it. Oh, crash, see? And I don't think... Oh, there is a sweet spot. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, because that's obviously very difficult for the farmer. Not just me getting a combine turning at the end of there. That's not that easy. Yes, I think I've raised that tree. You can see it's sticking up out of the ground. But ladies and gentle persons, this might be a slightly shorter per episode, because sometimes they are when we're kind of throwing time lapses, but you can see where we're up to. We've got through winter. Everything's ticking over. The cows aren't yet at full production rate, so they're not breeding anymore, but they're ticking over and kept fed. So thanks for dropping in, do all the YouTube stuff, and we will catch you later.